Pregame.com.
It's win or go home for the Milwaukee Bucks on Thursday night TNT. This is Brad Powers in the Pregame.com studios just off the Vegas Strip. We're talking NBA playoffs in the Eastern Conference. Game 6 between Toronto traveling to take on Milwaukee. Fez, who do you like in this matchup and why?
I'm on Milwaukee, small favorite, lay 1.5. It's all about Milwaukee being underrated. The public's looking at their year-long record, 42-40. Looks like they are barely an above 500 team, and they were until Chris Middleton returned. He made all the difference here later in the year. Once he got back in the lineup and he started playing minutes, he plays 25 minutes. The team is a stellar 18-6 straight up, a much better team without Jabari Parker and with Chris Middleton back.
Now, Milwaukee's a young team, doesn't have a lot of playoff experience, but they've actually exceeded your expectations so far this playoff year.
Yeah, let's break it down. What happened? So they go ahead and they go into Toronto and get a solid, easy win. They win Game 3 in blowout fashion at home. Game 2, a key game at Toronto. That's the game they should have gotten smashed, frankly. And it's 102-100. They're right there. They could win this game. They're shooting a 3 in the final minute, in and out, but they wind up losing by 6. A very misleading final, even though they covered. And so games 1, 2, 3, they greatly exceeded expectations, but the recency impact, now they played 2 straight bad games, games 4 and 5, and now the public's starting to give out on them.
Now let's talk about Toronto, a team that hasn't really, outside of the last 2 games, performed very well in the playoffs against the spread. First round, last couple of seasons, 4-12 against the number. Overall, 9-20 against the spread. We always talk this time of year, teams getting that extra gear come playoff time. Does Toronto have that extra gear?
I don't think that they do. I think how many times do we have to watch Toronto come in and they've got this frenzy crowd and everyone's so into it and then they fall flat on their faces. And really, frankly, it happened again this year. What has happened, very good addition to the lineup. Powell got inserted into the lineup and he's 7 for 7 from three-point land in games 4 and 5 and has given them a great shot in the arm.
Now let's talk Kyle Lowry, their outstanding guard. During the regular season, he's averaging 22 points per game, 7 assists per game, 5 rebounds per game. You look at his playoff stats, at least for the first 5 games here, 14 points per game, 5 assists per game, less than 4 rebounds per game. What the heck is wrong with Kyle Lowry?
Well, he was hurt, and he came back, and he's either still injured a little bit, or he's not in basketball shape, or a combination of the two. And this is critical because although the book on Toronto is, hey, DeRozan and Lowry, they got both those guards, they're great. The wise guys actually think Lowry is way more important than DeRozan. DeRozan's a scorer like Allen Iverson, takes a lot of shots, scores a lot of points, but really not worth that much to the line. Lowry, when he's healthy, is the guy that's really worth a whole bunch, and he's just not playing well, and now he's getting fewer touches as a guard because Powell, another guard, has been inserted in the starting lineup.
All right, your second main handicap.
It's a great spot here for Milwaukee. They've just come off back-to-back, not just losses, but blowout losses. And remember, those were must-win games for Toronto in games 4 and 5. And Powell did go 7 for 7 from 3, which skewed the final scores. For the first time here all series, I can make the case that now finally Milwaukee has a really good situational spot.
Now, I get it. They lost games 4 and 5, but they were blown out in those games. And to me, is it a young team starting to run out of gas as the series going on, and the more veteran playoff savvy team is starting to take advantage of that?
I don't think so. I think that it really was just the Powell insertion in the lineup that Toronto made the adjustment, and Milwaukee needs to make their adjustment for that. And I think they're going to realize, hey, Lowry's not going to beat us. He's not 100%. And I think they will go ahead and play some more defense on Powell now.
All right, Fez, let's make it official.
Let's make it official. Milwaukee is underrated. The record says 42-40. But since Chris Middleton returned to the starting lineup, this has been a solid playoff contender. And Milwaukee is in a great bounce-back spot off back-to-back blowout losses now at home, facing elimination. The Fez Math says back Milwaukee -1.5. More videos at pregame.com.